how reasonable listeners would have understood this. You are saying this in the context of General Khan having been shot. And in that context, you mention leaks or compromise. Or what did you mean by compromise? I understood it, and I believe myself to be a reasonable listener. I understood you to be referring to leaks from or by the commission.
Absolutely, Doctor.
And I also understood that to go back to the context in which General Khan was shot. So all of that, when you look at it holistically, it suggests that we served the commission late last night. He gets shot after service of the documents, and there are leaks within the commission. When you look at the totality of all that, it does suggest, or it may reasonably suggest to a reasonable listener, that you are basically saying that as a result of the leak, General Khan, or rather, General Khan may well have been shot as a result of the leak from the commission. That would, or that's a possible way in which a reasonable listener would have understood what you said.
May I reply?
Yes.
I unqualifiedly before you and the media say that that is not my instructions, and that is most certainly not what I intended to communicate to the media with my attorney and family members of General Khan present.
Thank you. May I say this then? If you are ever to make media briefings again, be careful of what you say and don't say anything that may tend to impugn the integrity of this commission. You should be very careful about that.
I note what you say.
Are you within what's colloquially referred to as the organized bar, or are you a so-called independent?
Organized bar.
Organized bar.
The Madlang Commission of Inquiry has withdrawn an application by Major General Feroz Khan seeking permission to give parts of his testimony behind closed doors after Commission Chair Justice Mbuyiseni Madlanga ruled that the request lacked sufficient details to be considered. Khan had been scheduled to testify before the Commission on Wednesday. However, proceedings instead focused on the withdrawn application after the senior police officer was hospitalized following a shooting in Houghton, Johannesburg on Sunday. According to preliminary information placed before the Commission, two unidentified gunmen traveling in a white Mercedes-Benz allegedly opened fire on Khan before fleeing the scene. His legal team told the inquiry that he remains unconscious and under sedation, making him medically unfit to testify. Counsel said they had obtained Khan's J88 medical report and were awaiting for a formal medical certificate. They added that doctors have restricted access to Khan because of the seriousness of his condition. Before the application was withdrawn, Khan's legal representatives had argued that portions of his testimony involved sensitive security matters that warranted an in-camera hearing. They maintained that evidence relating to the so-called Eraton bust could still be presented in open session. Justice Mbuyiseni Madlanga, however, said the application failed to set out adequate facts to justify such an exceptional departure from the Commission's public proceedings. Without sufficient detail, he said the Commission was unable to properly assess whether a closed hearing was warranted. Although the request has now been withdrawn, Justice Madlanga noted that Khan's legal team remains at liberty to file a fresh application, provided it is supported by detailed and compelling reasons. The Commission also heard that Khan's lawyers are reviewing a vast body of evidence ahead of his anticipated testimony. The material includes approximately 370,000 pages of WhatsApp messages and a further 11,000 pages of bank records. His legal team estimated that analyzing the documents could take around 200 days and requested additional time to prepare a comprehensive and properly substantiated application before Khan appears before the commission. Feroz Khan is currently out on 20,000 rand bail in a separate case where he was charged with running an illicit precious mineral syndicate alongside Gauteng Hawks head Ibrahim Gadwa. Meanwhile, the Umkhonto we Sizwe Party Member of Parliament Vusi Shongwe testified before the Madlang Commission of Inquiry on Tuesday that he was offered 10 million rand during a Durban virtual meeting with suspended Gauteng Crime Intelligence head Major General Feroz Khan. Shongwe said the offer followed his questioning of Khan's alleged links to illegal cigarette smuggling at a parliamentary ad hoc committee on SAPS. He said he never received the money, which was allegedly meant to be handed over at a physical meeting with Khan in Sandton on March 10. He did not attend the proposed meeting. He testified that Khan's alleged associate Yusuf Kaji and a man known only as Imran arranged his March 8 video call with Khan from a security company office in Durban. He said he began probing Khan's alleged link to cigarette smuggling after Khan's name was excluded from the list of the people called to appear before the ad hoc committee. He told the commission that the EFF leader Julius Malema was the most vocal in opposing Khan's appearance, but other parties also supported keeping Khan off the list. As a result, Khan was not called to testify. He was also prompted to investigate Khan based on allegations that Khan, a multimillionaire businessman, was seeking to remain in the SAPS intelligence division despite his considerable means. Regarding the March 8 meeting, Shongwe told the commission that Londiwe Xolo, a PA of former President Jacob Zuma, phoned him to inform him that some people were interested in seeing him. The people in question, Kaji and Imran, had already met with Zuma to seek his permission to meet with Shongwe. He said, "I was in Cape Town and then I flew to Durban for this one," adding that he was under the impression the meeting would be with people wanting to support the Umkhonto we Sizwe Party. During the meeting with Kaji and Imran inside the boardroom of security firm DRK Tactical, Shongwe was informed that Khan, who was not physically present, wished to speak to him by telephone. Shongwe testified that Kaji proceeded to dial despite his expressed reluctance to speak to Khan. He testified that Khan greeted him calmly and asked what he was doing to him. He said he understood Khan to be referring to the ad hoc committee proceedings and said, "I said to him, I'm doing nothing to you. I was merely referencing your name. I'm not looking for you." He then said, "You are killing me," and touched his throat, saying, "You are suffocating me," and his eyes now are turning red. If I may say it, he was crying. He testified that Khan proposed a meeting in Sandton on the Friday of the week of March 8. Shongwe said while talking to Khan, Kaji asked where in Sandton. Khan allegedly responded, "In the apartment." Kaji ended the call and allegedly told Shongwe, "Stop this. You are our brother and we can really take care of you. There is a security tender checkers worth 2 million rand every month and we can give it to you." Shongwe said, "I replied that I do not operate in that manner." He insisted that he could arrange a 10 million rand for me in cash, and I said I was fine, that we could talk on Friday. He said it crossed his mind that if Khan was so innocent, why would he want me in that office when he had a space where he could come to ad hoc for free? Told the commission he believed the meeting was a ploy to implicate him, either by getting him to accept the cash or by giving them a way to control him. Asked if he had taken the bribe, he said, "If it was there, let me tell you what I was going to do. I was going to take the 10 million rand, go home with the 10 million rand and look for charities, look for the hobos in the streets and give them money, and get to the ad hoc and tell them that I took the 10 million rand given by these people. That's my character, that's the person I am, but unfortunately they have no money." He was allegedly assured that upon his arrival in Johannesburg, he would receive his chocolates in reference to the 10 million rand. Shongwe said he never met or spoke with Khan or his alleged associates subsequently. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.